Hi, Jeff Higley with Hotel News Now. I'm here at the Alice Conference in Los Angeles, sitting with Chris Nassetta, the president and CEO of Hilton Holdings Worldwide. So, Chris, thank you for joining us.
You bet.
Appreciate
Good to see
it.
you.
So you've talked about guests, we've talked a little bit about brands. So the next question that I'll continue to ask you for the next 6 years or whatever it is talking about your lifestyle brand. That's been one of the things that's been on your docket before. Where does that fall now? Are you any closer to getting into a lifestyle brand for the family of brands?
Listen, we are interested most certainly in doing something in the lifestyle space. I think I've publicly said that. I don't know if I've said it to you, but I've certainly publicly said it. Exactly what we're going to do and when we're going to do it, not to be coy, we're not really ready to talk about. We've done a lot of work. We're going to continue to sort of think that through, and when we're ready to do something, we'll most definitely let you know. It's a space we think about differently maybe than some of the competition, but it's certainly a space that that we think is interesting and that we will at some point pursue.
Okay, and what about technology? You guys have been a pretty in the forefront of technology development with OnQ and everything else historically. So where does technology go? You talked about the iPad. And
it will be innovating in the sense of doing things that haven't been done. It'll also be stringing together things that already have been done, but doing them in a way that is done at scale, meaning across the system rather than on a limited basis. So technology, we invest a huge amount in technology. We spend a lot of time. I personally spend a lot of time, as do many others in the organization, and I think like it has in many other industries, it will provide a massive opportunity to be able to change the relationship with the customer if done well, if invested and executed intelligently.
Does that include, and I'm maybe taking a leap here, but I'm assuming you think developers are your customers to a degree
Absolutely.
too. So
developers are very important customers of ours.
So does that technology overflow into them, that technology focus that you want for the consumer? Does that flow into the developer as well?
It does. Well, first of all, the development community, anything we can do to sort of drive more relevance and market share is in their interest, right? Because that means their profitability. Anybody building new hotels has incrementally a greater profit opportunity. Or if they have existing hotels with us, it enhances their profitability. But there are a number of things, certainly, when we think about design standards and both product and service standards and training and a whole host of other things. Efficiencies in the hotels and in terms of things that are going on inside the hotels that that are enabled through technology to create greater efficiency. All of those things, I think, directly impact our ownership community, and I think are very positive things for them. And obviously, we're in a dialogue with the ownership community over many of the things we're doing, and I think that they've been very positively disposed to what we're doing. But there are real-time things, the Hilton Design Studio and other things where we're trying to make it very easy to sort of both get to the standards of our brands and apply those standards and have prototypical approaches to rooms, products, lobby spaces, public areas, and a number of other things that we're doing with the development community.
As you guys grow globally, do you find are developers internationally, do they have the same mentality let me rephrase that, the same goals, when they partner with you as as developers in the U.S.?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little different everywhere in the world you go, but yeah, I mean, I think that the ultimate goal is profitability. I mean, there are occasions where it is something different, where there is other drivers, but I'd say almost always in the end, some are shorter or longer term in their approach. Potentially, maybe would be the difference depending on a particular region or a particular asset. But I think in the end, they're all sort of after one thing, and that is they've invested a huge amount of money. In some of these projects, it's hundreds of millions at the lower end, and the limited service it may be tens of millions, and they want to get a return on that money.